Okay. I'm going to show you how to make a COVID-19 mask. It's not a hospital grade mask, but it is enough of a mask to protect you if you go out in public. It's made out of quilting cotton. It's washable. It has a piece of elastic on each side to go over each ear. And it looks like this. Very simple to make. You start out with a 6x9 piece of fabric. I have my own template right here. I'm using scraps, leftover pieces of fabric that I have. I just ironed these two up, and so I'll show you how we start here. You start with right sides together. And it doesn't really matter what color thread you want to use. I have some pre-cut elastic pieces here. This is 1.25 inch elastic that I've pre-cut to 7 inches a piece. And you don't have to pre-stretch it. Sorry, that's the wrong one. This is 7 inches. You don't have to pre-stretch it or anything. You're just going to lay it in between the layers like a sandwich. So once you get all that cut out and ready to go, again, this is 6x9. Okay, I'm going to start in the middle because you need room to turn. We'll start about 1/3 of the way down. Use a 1/4 inch seam and sew all the way almost to the end. And right there at the very end, you want to lift your foot, and this is where you're going to put your tiny piece of elastic. Let me get these little layers apart here. And this elastic just goes right on the very edge right there. And then kind of tuck that piece in there so it's out of the way. You don't want to sew over it. And then we're going to sew all the way down to the end. And knot off. You can turn it, but I was really close to the end, so I didn't want to do that. So then we're going to go ahead and sew 1/4 inch seam all the way down the side until we get to the very end, and then we're going to stop again. And these elastic pieces are going to be the tiny pieces that go over the ears to hold the mask on. You see that's that little piece that we tucked in there? Pull that over to the side. Cinch it right in there. And sew it in. Turn our fabric again. This is just an easy sewing, a rectangle. And we're going to sew all the way down this long side until we get almost to the end. Get everybody up there. And when we get to the end, we'll introduce that second piece of elastic that goes over your other ear. Right here. And then go ahead and sew over that, and then turn. So this, just make sure that stays out of the way. Again, go almost all the way down to the end. And pull that little end in there. And then this is the last place. This is where we started, but we're going to leave about 1 inch gap so we have some place to turn. Right there. You see I have that little piece right there, so I have something to turn. And I like to clip these corners so it turns nicely. And there's our 1 ear piece. And there's the other ear piece. And that's essentially the mask. Now I'll need to close this little opening, which I can iron and either hand sew, or I like to do it with the machine because I don't like to hand sew. So the next thing we have to do is create some pleats in here, just little box pleats. And then we'll sew a top stitch all the way around, and that's the end of it. And there's your mask.